Hi everybody, welcome back to Cyberpunk 2077, and I wanted to show you a cool mod called Autoloot that speeds up the time it takes when, if for example you've just done a NPC scanner kind of side job and you've killed a load of people and there's stuff everywhere. And what it does is, well, let me show you. So actually there's all this stuff lying around, so if I just press the key that activates it, if I remember how to do it. So for me it was hash. It's just picked all this stuff up, and I have also got enabled the perk that scraps junk as soon as you get it. So for example, you see these two things here, so I just press, so in my case I just press hash, and it just picks stuff up. There we go. And what it will do, it will pick up basically anything that you would be able to see on the screen automatically. Now they do recommend with this mod that, say for example you do something like this, so where you're doing a NPC, a night city patrol, well then night city police side mission, that normally there's like a critical piece of loot, isn't there? It's normally a shard or a story or something like that that tells you kind of what's gone on. You should pick that up in the normal way before you auto loot all the other stuff. They also say, look, you should really don't try and pick everything up mid-fight either, just in case you're a little bit close to your inventory limit. You know, when your character starts to not be able to move very much, wait until the fight's over. That way you can get rid of stuff that you don't really need. And again, they recommend the fact that you use the upgrade, the little perk that scraps junk as soon as you get it. So let's jump out of Cyberpunk. Let's jump over to Nexus Mods. I'll put a link to this mod in the description below the video. So it's called Autoloot. Seems to work fine with Vortex. Now, one of the themes you'll probably see with my videos about Cyberpunk 2077 modding is that it's not a mature process yet, because we have several different ways. In fact, let me jump into Cyberpunk and turn it off so the music isn't blaring. Right, let's quit out of that. Actually, no, we won't quit out of that. We'll just leave it in pause. It's not a mature process because we have these different methods for putting mods into Cyberpunk. We can use something like the Nexus Mod Manager. You can install mods directly, so it's a bit like side loading where you put it in yourself. And we have the new Red Mod DLC that's officially from CD Projekt Red. So there's all these different ways of doing it, which means that you can have these incompatibilities that jump in. And I always highly recommend with every single mod, even if it does appear to be Nexus Vortex compatible, even if it appear to be Red Mod compatible, read the install instructions and see what people say, see what the dev, the modder says about it, because they'll often give you a recommended way of installing it. And then also have a good look in the posts as well over on Nexus Mods and see the problems that people may have come up on. But anyway, it works well with Vortex, so you can click on Vortex, you can download it, and then Vortex will fire up and it will load in. Now, according to the description, the requirements are Cyber Engine tweaks, which it definitely needs, and then they say optionally Cyber Command and Red Script. Now, personally, what I've got installed at the moment is Cyber Engine Tweaks, or CET, and then I've got Free Fly, Simple Menu, Red 4X, Native Settings UI, and Autoloot. So to get this working, that's what I've got running, which seems to work well, and it doesn't crash. And I haven't had any problems. I haven't been using the mod that much, but it does seem to be working fine. Now, when you first install it and start the game, you do need to give it a binding key. And so what you'll do is you'll jump into the game, and then you'll activate your CET, or your Cyber Engine Tweaks, which is this one here, and you'll want to go into bindings, and you'll want to go into inputs, and you'll see an option for auto loot. Now, I've bound mine to hash. I don't think hash is used for anything else. I could be wrong about this. I normally am, but it doesn't seem to, and it seems to be working fine. what they say in the options for Autoloot over here, you can change the range at which the Autoloot will detect things, and you can use the default action key, which would be F, wouldn't it, to pick stuff up. But they say, look, beware of the Midas golden touch. So what they're saying there, just be careful, because it means you end up looting everything, and that might be too much. But I've put mine on hash, and then you can come out of that, and then Autoloot should work, and you should find this little quality of life improvement works pretty well in the amazing game that is Cyberpunk 2077. So there we go. Let's just jump back to here. So Autoloot, who is it by? Does it say who is it by? Autoloot, created by keanuWheeze and uploaded by anygoodname. Oh, here we go. So keanuWheeze did the idea and initial coding, and anygoodname expansion and additional coding. So well done, chaps or chapesses. Good job. Seems like a fun and a very useful mod for Cyberpunk 2077. Unfortunately, only on PC at the moment, but who knows? I'm sure modding will come to console soon. What do you think? Put your questions and comments down below. If you found the video useful, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe, and I will, of course, see you again soon.